Morning, friends. How you guys doing? It's a beautiful day out. Listen to that. Birds chirping. Crows are making a nest behind the house. It's just nice out. Little update. The parts are slowly rolling in for the wood hauler. I kind of, only so many hours in a day, and I kind of dragged my heels on, or dragged my feet on ordering parts for this here machine. I wanted to take it all apart and know what I needed so that I could just order everything. So we're still waiting for brake lines, but we got rotors, all new brake hoses, 2 new calipers, front shoes. These are front pads, rear shoes, and various other things. We got 1 oil line in, so I'm waiting for an oil line, my brake lines, and my rear hardware and wheel cylinders. So I was going to work on the truck today, but I don't have enough of anything to, complete. I mean, I could put the front rotors and calipers on and hoses, I guess, but I really wanted to do the oil lines today, and I'm still waiting for one. It was supposed to come yesterday, and it didn't show up. So I'm going to go get another load of firewood. I have some big rounds there. I'm getting to an age, friends, where I don't want to sling those big rounds in and out of the truck. I just, you guys know, I was great till I hit 35. And, ever since I hit 35, I'm starting to feel the bumps and bruises. But my solution to that is to stay moving. I'm always working. I'm always doing something. I'm always using my hands. So, big mitts. So... got up first thing this morning, answered a couple of your guys' emails. Guys, when I get emails from you guys and you guys tell me a little bit about yourselves and how you came to the channel and that, it makes my day. It's so nice. It's so nice hearing from you guys and seeing the work that you're doing in your shops and the saws you're working on. There's a fella that emailed me the other day. He does dirt bikes, and I just thought, it's pretty cool. If I can show you guys a little bit of what I'm doing and be a positive influence for some of you younger fellas out there, that's what this is about. I think the world needs more positive role models. I'm just a blue collar, hard working Joe. I like to do hard work, and I'm super cool that you guys reach out and I get to chat with so many people. It's another glorious Manitoba spring day. No wind. Beautiful out. So, before it gets too warm, it's supposed to be fairly warm today, I'm going to go get a load of firewood. I grabbed my 94 and my 044 still. And I was going to bring the 181, but I thought, I've had this saw for a bit. I'd like to get it back to my buddy. I haven't really run it. Too many saws, not enough time, right? So, this is a ported 288 XP. I ported this saw for my buddy. Sorry, I'm just getting ready here, friends. I ported this saw for my buddy last year. He gave me the case and piston cylinder, and he built a nice new bottom end with OEM, I believe, an OEM crank, new bearing seals. This saw's been completely gone through. It's not the prettiest saw, but whatever, it's usable, and top cover's in good shape. He got this from a guy, I believe, fella up north was using this. He has a boiler. This was his cutting boiler length logs. I think he did 12, 14 cord a year or something. I can't remember the story, but the guy bought this new and ran it for, well, what year is it? 1987. So he ran this saw from 87 till a couple years ago. He replaced it with a 661 still, and it was funny because I remember my buddy telling me that the guy wasn't as happy with the power of the 661 compared to this. This was a 281 XP. My buddy put a highway top end on it, and I ported it. I checked the numbers. This thing's not super warm, but we're going to try her out. And I've never really run this saw. I ran it a couple times in the yard. It seems to pull okay. It's not orangutan or anything like that. It's just a good solid port job for a work saw. So he didn't want anything crazy. It's funny though, after he ran this, I don't know, I think he might want me to turn it off. Last time we were talking, he was kind of on the fence. I can go a lot warmer on this saw, being the size that it is. But I'm going to try it out where it is. Typical of 288s, it's kind of spongy. That's how these saws are. This one's particularly bad, and I think it has new mounts on it. That's just how these saws are. Anyhow, I'm going to load up here, and let's fire this thing up and noodle some wood with it. This is what we use big saws for here. A lot of this wood does not split. You got to dry it for years. If I split this now or noodle it and stack it, it'll be good to go in about a year. This stuff dries fast. This is cottonwood. I won't be able to split it though. It absorbs a lot of moisture. So this is what I use big saws for. like this saw. It pulls hard. Having a little bit of a noodle fest here. 288 XP. It was originally a 281. Again, I didn't go stupid on this. It's not a screamer. It's just a good. It's pulling hard. This is the first 288 I've ever done. In fact, this is the only 288 I've ever done. I'm happy with it. One thing I did for him is I modded the muffler a little bit. This thing originally was flipped backwards, and it hits there and comes out. I flipped the factory scoop coming out of the muffler around, and this thing, it runs way better. I ran it with the stock muffler, and so yeah, I'm very happy with this saw. I'm gonna have to build one of these for me. I like these because they're not too heavy. They're just good all day, everyday saws. They start and run good. They pull hard. That's why they're a legendary saw. 288 XP is probably still my favorite 90cc saw. Now, I've never owned an original 66 Magnum. For those of you that are yelling at the screen right now, saying, what about the 66 Magnum? I've never owned one, so never even run one, to tell you the truth. I'm sure the 390 pulls a little harder, but it's like, these are cheaper to repair, and they just feel good in my hands. It feels like a slightly larger 266, so I always prefer vintage. That's just the way I am, always. Yeah, if you guys are noodling, you're having problems with chips, keep the nose down on the bar a little bit. You'll pull a smaller chip, and you'll actually, it'll often unclog itself. So, this thing's at a level of power, and we weren't pulling a full bar noodling that it'll just pull and pull and pull. So, yeah, this thing's cool. Again, this is my buddy's saw. He taught me so much when I started out wrenching on saws. The guy's just a wealth of knowledge. It's like having my own Donnie Walker, you know, that's local, and he helped me out a lot. So I was super happy to port this saw for him. And again, he went through it. He's a very good saw mechanic. You guys can see it starts, runs, idles, tunes. I didn't even put a screwdriver on it today, so it's just an easy saw to run. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I would have no qualms about running this thing every day if I had to. Again, mushy AV mounts. That's what these are known for. This has the 288 extra spring. This is to stiffen it up for a long bar. I might actually put that on my 281. Because again, they're kind of spongy. But the AV mounts aren't bad. They don't. It's not a vibey saw, but these tend to be like a little bit of a wet noodle, as you can see. There you guys go. Ported 288 XP. Originally a 281, 1987, highway top end. I don't even think this thing has a pop-up. I just did a basic, you know, port job, similar to what we did on the Echo 670, and you guys can see that's how this thing runs. I'll let you guys have a better look at it. I love these saws. Absolutely love them. Something about them. It's just a big 288, or it's a big 266. That crow's sure chatty today. Just a legendary saw. Smashed in front muffler. This is a little bit of a turd saw. He made this thing pretty nice. This saw was pretty rough when he got it. Like really rough. The handle's been mounted. When I'm done building the Franken turd saw, I'll probably have to donate him a handle. I'll have a spare one, so that's what we do. We look after each other, right? That's what we got to do, whether it's in life or with saws. If your buddy needs something and you have it, just give it to him. He'll do the same for you. Yeah, the more I live my life like that, the better my life gets. You know, let people in traffic. I'm never in a hurry. It's just good stuff. I'm only in a hurry with my go fast power saw. It's weird how that works, eh? Anyhow, friends, just thought I'd share this with you. My buddy lent this again to the channel. I've never run this saw and I wanted to try it out. It pulls hard. I'm happy with it. I could turn this up substantially hotter, but honestly, I don't think it needs it. That's a 30-inch full comp, and we're sharp, and it was pulling hard. Again, we weren't buried. It's not a huge workout for the saw, but I can tell by how fast it's cutting that you could bury this and it'll pull and pull and pull. So anyhow, as always, thanks for watching. Take her easy. Later, guys. Another classic on the channel.